Okay, so this is Stunt Rally on the Raspberry Pi 4, and it's actually pretty decent, and it's quite an enjoyable game to play. There's loads of elements to it. You do have to play it on the lowest setting, but yeah, it's a surprisingly enjoyable car game on the Pi, and you can do something really weird. If I stop, you can do this, which you can't normally do in car games. But let's go into screen capture and I'll show you a bit more of the game and I'll explain how I came to get it on the Pi. So a few days ago I did an episode of Pi News, and at the end of the video I mentioned seeing a game that may run on Raspberry Pi. I think it was on Facebook, but I couldn't find the original quote. But basically they put a list of links of games that may run on the Raspberry Pi in RetroPie. And I went through the list, and this one was one that stood out for me that I thought would be interesting to get working. I did try it in loads of different operating systems with loads of different app stores in each, or program stores in each operating system. Manjaro, Ubuntu, Raspberry Pi OS. I tried installing it with Snap Store, and none of them worked, none of them launched. Well, very kindly in the comments, Martin Svensson has added how to compile Stunt Rally is in Pastebin, and he's put this in. Worked like a charm. And so if we click on this Pastebin, you can see that you get text that you would put into terminal to be able to install the game basically and get it all up and running on a Raspberry Pi 4, and I'm sure this will work on a Raspberry Pi 400 as well. So I tried various different ways of getting this to run, and Pastebin isn't something I've used a lot before, and sometimes you get scripts that just run and work. With this, I saved the file, I downloaded it and tried to get it to run, couldn't get it to run. In the end, this installation, which is in Twister OS, I ended up, I copied all of this, so I copied the whole lot and then I pasted it into terminal, but it stopped around about here, and then after that I would just copy and paste each individual line into terminal. So figuring that I was going to make a video on this anyway, I got back to Martin through the comments and asked if there was a way of executing it as one command, and he gave me some instructions, but obviously he knows a lot about Linux. I don't really know a lot about Linux, although I make loads of Raspberry Pi videos. What I tend to do is work out how to do it and then just retrace my steps and basically show people how to do it. I'm trying to learn as I go along, but I think I've worked out how to do it from this. I copied this sort of to the letter and couldn't get it to work, but I figured rather than contact him again, what I'd do is show people what I did, and then other people can comment what I've done wrong in it and if there's other ways of doing it. But I'm really pleased for Martin for compiling for this. It's great to have another game on the Pi, but I figure I should try and learn a bit more. So I did find an article and I'll show this. I'll go back to the game, but at the end of the video I'll show how to install it, see if that works. If it doesn't, you can always just copy and paste back or each individual line into terminal, and at least it definitely works. But check through the comments before you do that if I don't get it to work within this video, because someone will definitely have the solution, and it may even get added to either Pi Apps or PiKiss, which would mean it would be just a case of clicking on it and installs. But let's have a look at the game again. So there's loads of options in here. I'm using the medium preset at the moment. I was using the low one before, but I thought I'd show you it with a bit better graphical details. And I figured if I picked a track that was smaller, so something like this Crystal Moon, it's going to be less resources for the Pi, so it's probably going to run better. That looks pretty impressive with the jet and on the outside of that tube. So you can see that it's a bit jerky like this. And this is a jump at the start, so I need to make sure I'm reasonably straight, possibly give it a bit of a boost. Oh, that was unfortunate, wasn't it? But you can see the frame rate is much worse when it's like this. Let's go back over that jump anyway. It's pretty cool. Right, so let's quit out of that and let's lower those settings down. I also run the desktop at 720 because that helps it as well, and I'm overclocked to 2147. It will show 22 on here every now and then, but it's 2147. So options, can't seem to get the resolution to change. So lowest. And then you need to restart it to apply that. So let's quit out of that and click on it. Single race. I saw there backspace allows you to go back. Ah, there we go. Something like passage is probably pretty easy for the system to handle. Although, look at the backgrounds do look really cool on it. I would imagine on a more powerful system it'd be quite an enjoyable game. And I need to somehow reconfigure my triggers because I have to go back before I can go forwards, but not too bad. So the boost bit, if you see where it says 3.4, 3.5, that's building up as I'm driving. So for a jump like this, I went slow then, press and hold the boost. You can hear the sound goes up, and well, I went way over that. Get more boost there. Whoa. I don't know what this is going to be like to go through. Water pretty deep. But it's actually quite an enjoyable game. Some of the physics are very, very slippery and really quite difficult. But it's definitely enjoyable, and there's loads and loads of tracks on there to play around with. Oh, wrong checkpoint, so I've missed out something. So let's quit out of that. Just show a few more tracks. So that's all desert. There's loads of them, look. So let's try coast. And some of the tracks are like proper bumpy and really difficult. Bit of difficulty there. Let's try the boost. Oh, and the boost is really puts your car out of shape sometimes on the wrong surface. Yeah, this isn't going so well, is it? It's funny, the physics are definitely very different on different tracks. Swamp, muddy, tropic. Muddy looks quite basic. Let's try that. And there is a handbrake as well, which I haven't been using in this. Oh, and I boost past it. I think it was B I programmed for handbrake. Yeah, that's handbrake. Oh, look. Oh, proper muddy. For once, I can pretty much keep up with him, which doesn't usually happen in this game. Oh no, he's finding his way now, though. Overtake. Oh, my boost is all gone now. What's this bit? Oh, I definitely cooked that wrong. Anyway, let's show you how to install it. Let's launch Raspberry Pi OS, and I'll show you how I think to install it. As I say, you can always get it to run by running each individual line, but I'll give it a try and see if I can automate it. Okay, so I found this guide really helped me a lot, and it had a few extra steps that I was missing out that enabled me to get it to work. So it's worth having a read through it. I'll put a link in the description to it. It's from Pi Moroni, and I bought my fan shim and I think a few pies I bought from there as well. So let's go to the original comment and open up Pastebin. Let's also open a terminal and type in nano stunt.sh, and in here we want to put hash exclamation mark /bin /bash and hit return, and then we need to paste from this Pastebin. We need to copy all this, so you can see all of that. Let's just do copy, go back to that and pop it in there. This should be able to automate all of the steps. So Control X, Y, and Enter is fine on that. So now I need to close down this terminal, and if I go into folders, you can see that stunt.sh is here in Home Pi. So now I need to go Tools, Open Current Folder in Terminal, and type in chmod +x stunt.sh. And then type in ./stunt.sh. And now it should go through all the steps, so we'll see what happens. Okay, it stopped here and it's got an error, ./stunt.sh, line 25, CMake command not found. So let's have a look at the Pastebin. So going back to Pastebin, so line 25 is the last one, sudo make install. And I've tried putting in some of these other commands and none of them are working, but I can do this one. So I think I'm going to go back to this part, cd Stunt Rally, and just start copying everything into terminal from there, because this one works. So let's try copying this next one in, git clone. Okay, so it seems to think that there's stuff in there already, so let's go cd space ... which is the next line, and make directory build. Cannot create directory build, file exists. Oh, okay, so that's already there. Might work. Cd build. Command not found. So let's try the next one anyway. Let's keep going through them and see. No target specified. Yeah, so unfortunately I can't get this to work in this way, in the way that I intended it to. So the way to do it really that I know works, until someone adds something in the comments saying exactly how to do it, would be just to copy and paste all the text over line by line into terminal, and I know that definitely works because I've done it, and I've done it on 2 separate occasions, but I just wanted to try the automated one. But let's hope someone in the comments can come up with exactly where I went wrong on that. Okay, so I hope all this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.